Good evening. We have just a minute before we start, so I will mention this handout. A lot of you have been coming over and over, so you're tired of me saying this, but we have a handout in the back of the class that goes over the readings for this class and where to find them. A lot of them are online, and then there is a great big book. We've had assignments from this book for the last couple classes, and plus this one, there's some assignment from this book, Liberation in the Palm of Your Hand. That'll continue. So most of the modules after the first couple have assignments from here, so you'll get a lot out of this if you get that. And then we have this tiny little book for this class as well, which Jill just said you get if you do Refuge. So you can recommend whatever if people have this or not. There is a Refuge ceremony. If you've never taken Refuge before and you want to take Refuge for the first time, that's why this class is being done in the order that it's being done, and that is on June 10th. And maybe Shanka can mention that we tend to ask for Refuge, so it's not like there's a sign up and you just don't just show up, but you would want to talk to Donna. You're not on a mic, but maybe when class starts, or I can give this to you. Do you want
to ask for Refuge?
I'm just letting them know that that the tradition.
Right. So teachers don't just give Refuge, right? The students have to ask for it, historically multiple times before they actually give Refuge. In any case, so on June 10th is an opportunity for you, if you so want, to ask for to do the formally take refuge into the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, right? Like that we've been talking about, right? Which I guess, which officially makes you a Buddhist. So that's the only thing that's required to be a Buddhist, is to take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And what was I going to say? Right. So usually it basically, we'll talk about during this class, what are the benefits of taking refuge, why, and so forth and so on, right? But taking refuge means that you are committing to following the path, right, to the best of your abilities. And that you are forsaking other, I don't want to say paths, but other objects of refuge, let's put it that way, right? So for Hindus, that would be, whatever God you pray to, and so forth and so on, right? And you don't have to take refuge. And that booklet is, you can get that booklet from the bookstore, and you can look through it, and you can see what it's about. So the booklet's not a secret. So you can get it. And what it entails, the refuge ceremony itself entails, is that it will happen basically before dawn. Okay, so. I'm assuming Geshe-la is doing that, right? That's how he's doing. Yeah. So it'll happen before dawn. So so basically everything has to finish before dawn. Dawn nowadays is around 5:45, something like that. So you have to come about 5 o'clock probably, something around that time. And there's some prayers, and then there's some prostrations, and you follow some English and Tibetan with Geshe-la, and that's it. Right. There's no vows or anything. This is not a, tantric commitment or something like that, right? What else? Oh, and the good thing about, about taking refuge, this is taking refuge for the first time, which you have to do from a qualified master, right? So Geshe-la is a qualified master. Some high students are qualified masters, and of course, Rinpoche and so forth and so on. After that, on auspicious occasions, you can take refuge by yourself. Once you have taken refuge from a qualified master, you can take refuge by yourself again. Like sometimes they say that one of the for example, one of the you'll learn this, but one of the way purification practices, the Vajrasattva practice, right? So one of the things you do in there is take, there's 4 things you do. And one of them is take refuge, right? So if you wanted to take formally refuge, right, then you can just do it by yourself. You don't need a qualified master if you've already, gotten the transmission, right? Because the refuge is the transmission of the lineage. That's more than I. Yeah.
No, that's perfect. It's that's great on the motivation and that. And then also from a logistic standpoint, Donna has to know that you're coming. So please get in touch with Donna Cease, the spiritual program coordinator, if you would like that to take that opportunity.
Right. And if you do say that you're going to come, please do come, because Geshe-la is making a special effort to come for us, right? So it's not like, I don't feel like, kind of.
It's not like your Evite where you're like, maybe I'll come.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you can just repeat the question.
The question was, are we asking Geshe-la? Well, you're asking Geshe-la through Donna. That's why you talk to Donna.
And I think we'll have more time. Yeah. June 10th, which is Sakadawa, and then later that night is our gala. So that's on a Saturday. That's a refuge before dawn. And again, get in touch with Donna and find out more. So this was just meant to be an announcement. I know we want to. Well, yeah, it's going to be a big day. So anyway, this handout has more about this class in particular. If you are keeping track of everything you're doing, there's a space on the back to do that. If you want to get a certificate for this class, or maybe if you took the other one with Shanka, one part of the class is coming to one part of the certificate is coming to the classes. So if you're coming to all of Shanka's classes, you want to finish up the reading and the other things so that he can sign your certificate. Or you just keep track of everything you did and be happy about it, or you keep track of everything you did and get the next teacher to sign off on it when you come to these classes again, because a lot of people keep coming. But that's what I would say. If you did how to meditate with Shankar, if you're doing this class and you want to tie up those loose ends and fill out that certificate, use this time to finish that up. And we can officially start class.
Is it working now? Okay, there we go. So last time, I usually forget to give the what the readings, right? So I'm going to do it now while I remember. So maybe for next time, if you could, there's you could just do the first reading. That's 6 pages. That's not too bad. Seeking an inner refuge, in the readings, and in the liberation book, in this book, pages 352 to 357. So yeah, that's basic, kind of like the introduction, things we've talked about, but it's good to kind of get an understanding from the source itself. Yeah. Okay. So let's do a short meditation. Is anybody coming for the first time today? Oh, you are. Okay, and you. Have you guys sat before, like meditation? Not okay. No. All right. So then I'll just say a few words. Um, so we're going to do a silent breathing meditation for maybe 5 minutes or so, and it's just to cleanse the energies, that's been rattling around in our mind stream through the day, and get ready, to clear our minds to receive, to be able to understand the teachings or focus on the teachings. And the main thing is to, if you're sitting, or whether in a chair or on the cushion, is to keep your back straight, but with a natural curvature. So, find the right spot. And for those of you who've been around and you know the 7-point, lotus posture, you can go through the points and, do that. And we'll just do a meditation on the breath. So we'll focus our mind on the breathing. So as you breathe in, you feel, the air going into your nostrils, whether it feels cool or warm, as it goes up through your sinuses, I guess, down into your lungs. It inflates your lungs. Your tummy rises. And then it comes out again. So basically just try to keep our mind on that physical object, the breath, for 5 minutes. And if your mind wavers, just bring it gently back to the breath. So it's relatively simple. So we'll do that for 5 minutes, and then maybe we'll do a meditation on refuge for a few more minutes. So, so it's important that we contemplate on the on how we experience suffering. We spoke about this last time. It's not obvious to our minds that we suffer at all. Maybe we think our life is pretty good, but that's not the case at all.